Hello guys and gals of the internet, I'm the 7chaos of YouTube and Twitch TV, and in a very, very unusual video, I'm going to be reacting to myself. Today is August 8th, 2022. 10 years ago, I started I wouldn't say my YouTube career because it's far from a career for sure. But basically, I started my uploads on YouTube. Now, this isn't the very first uploads I did back then. Back then, I did a few introductory parts, explaining who I was and showing around where I lived and my kind of bootleg setup I had at the time, where I had books, a camera, and the camera was sitting on top of the books, pointing at my TV screen. It was completely bootleg. A lot has changed in 10 years. Now, at this point, when these videos went up, I was actually with a camera with a tripod pointing at the TV. And back then, I had a camera which took batteries that needed to be recharged. It was very similar to, say, the setup of someone like Darkside Phil, who was back in the day doing camera stuff as well. I wouldn't say he was an inspiration for it, but his setup made me realize that if I ever wanted to do it, I could, because back then, I didn't know the first thing about direct feed or direct capture and how that worked, and I didn't have a gaming PC at the time. I had a working PC, but I didn't use it to edit or record footage at the time. So this was at a time when I had no idea what to do or how I was going to do it. And I think it was after a few days, I got a request from a friend of myself and my girlfriend, Time Lady Games, Sonic for Hire, who actually wanted me to play this first. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Oh boy, this game. Now, back when I did this, I really thought I was in for a pretty bad time. I had got used to it. But it wasn't a game. It was a game that was so infamous for being just at the time probably the worst Sonic game ever made. Now, since then, that game has been topped by Sonic Boom and Rise of Lyric, and I think today I look at this game like with a fresh perspective, let's say, of that with a bit more time, this game could have been something good. Like there was something there as far as the game was concerned. There was something there that really could have made this game great. But unfortunately, it was rather rushed to market. And obviously, Sega and the whole Sonic franchise was in a bit of a slump after the negative reception of Shadow the Hedgehog, which, in my opinion, wasn't a bad game. I think it was just badly constructed, with 10 non-canon endings, a final story segment that was the real ending of the game. Some really bad missions in that game. Some really bad missions. I think, again, if it could have probably been better than it actually turned out, given more time and probably a bit more... I think that game probably needed more of a revamp than was first thought, because there was just a lot in that game which was just... yeah, so after that reception, Sega went back to the drawing board. The Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 had come out, and Sonic the Hedgehog was being made. Now, I don't know what this was originally called. Now, we all know that Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was a continuity reboot for the Sonic universe. Basically, it was going to take that era and put it in a safe spot and not be touched for the rest of the franchise. Now, I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know it was a reboot. I didn't know what reboots were. I didn't understand how they worked. So, I think at this point, as you'll probably hear from my voice, I haven't watched this in 10 years. I haven't watched this. I probably only watched it maybe once or twice to check the quality. But I never really watched it after that. Now, the reason why it's called this now, and I would have done this anyway no matter what, the reason why it's called this video now, I leave these two videos on their own as a reminder. I did have the full playthrough up on YouTube for so long, but it was during one of my clearouts, either through the channel reboot in 2014 or my Project PC idea from 2018 or 19. Now, I must have deleted one of those videos by accident because as I was clearing out, I didn't check, because I'm stupid, I didn't check what videos were checked. I just assumed that all the videos I wanted to go would go and none of them would get caught in the crossfire. And I think it was maybe around the 60s or 70s that this playthrough did. So I've since deleted it. I've since removed the entire playthrough, but I've left these 2 videos up as a reminder of my first ever playthrough videos that I ever uploaded, and we're going to be reacting to them today. Now, obviously, as you can probably even tell from this screen, like I said, things were very different back then. The quality is probably going to be, I wouldn't say dog shit compared to what I do now, because direct capture is a lot easier now than it was for me back then. But I'd always been inspired by so many names, not just Darkseid at the time. There was Vash, there was Jovian, which is a name some of you might remember, and there was 019. They were the 4 back in maybe, even when I opened my channel in 2007, it was like a year or so later that I found the likes of Vash, Jovian, Darkseid, and 019, just to name 4. I think that they were the first 4 that I ever came across in gameplay footage or game playthrough terms. Now, Darkseid is obviously, with everything that he's still going. I guess we can give him that. Jovian is gone. 019 I think is gone. He's very sporadic. Vash 12349 is still going, and he is just as funny and as entertaining as he was when I opened my channel up and found him. He's not changed a bit. You know, 019 and Jovian had lives take over. DSP is very different from what he used to be. But Vash seems to have kept everything that he was back in 2008. Maybe a little bit. Maybe he's a little bit different. I think Vash is a little bit different in the way he talks and the way he commentates over the games now. Like a lot of what he said back then, he probably doesn't say now, or he has some new phrases that he didn't use back then. So Vash really is the only one of those 4 that really have just kept going in terms of upload, and I've been pretty much I would say a lifelong subscriber of Vash. Vash is probably the OG for me when it comes to game playthroughs. Unfortunately, Jovian, I think he just ran into some... Jovian was pretty much a secondary Vash, and you could tell that he was a fan of Vash as well, just through how he talked. So it was like those 2 were very similar, and I think that's why I liked him so much. But yeah, that's pretty much my history back then. I found them in 2008, but I didn't upload until 2012. It was about 2 or 3 years after I got my own place. I was living with my parents back in 2008, 2009. I think I got my own place like a year later. And I've pretty much been uploading ever since. A lot has changed. In 2014, I went through a channel reboot, which switched to direct capture. In 2014, 2015, I started doing virtual commentary videos, which was some of my favorite stuff to do because I'm an avid fan of someone like Murray Walker or Alex Jakes, for example, in the F1 world. I did that last year. I finally did my first Formula 1 commentaries a year or so back. I've moved twice or 3 times since then. I think it's twice. Yeah, because we moved for the... Yeah. So it's been twice. Like, here, I was living at my previous place 2 times ago. And now I'm somewhere else. Completely. It's... As you can tell, a lot has changed since 2012. And we're about to take a trip down memory lane. And these videos were only 9 to 10 minutes long. So this will be about 20 minutes. And we'll just react to what happened 10 years ago. So I think without further ado, let's do it.
Well, here we go. It's time to let the horrible...
Okay, so you're seeing a few games here. NBA Jam, Transformers, was that Fall of Cybertron that was? Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 4, Streets of Rage, This was on the Xbox 360, by the way. Now, back then, I was an avid fan of the Xbox 360. I didn't even touch the PS3 until like a year after this. I hadn't even touched the PS3. I got this Xbox 360 for Christmas as a Christmas present back in 2006, I think. Sonic the Hedgehog actually wasn't the first game I got for it. I don't know if it was among my my first games. It probably was. It probably was. And what was quite funny is, during the latest playthrough I did for the game, my Xbox 360 red ringed. I sent it to get repaired and got Gears of War 1 in return. And I've never looked back since from there either. So yeah, you're seeing a lot of games here that I had at the time. Halo 4 was coming out.
Rage. Complaining.
You know, we had Zune on there. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I actually did some videos of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which I took out. That was what I was talking about. The bootleg setup with my camera on top of books. That's how I was recording back then. I can't remember what that game was called.
Time to begin the playthrough of Sonic the Hedgehog and the Solar Princess. That's all I need to say.
Now that's the reason why I said that was because I did call the playthrough that for so long. I tried to think of an imaginary title, and for some reason, Sonic the Hedgehog and the Solar Princess just stuck. I know it's the most basic title ever, but for some reason it just stuck with me, and I had the playthrough called that for so long. As you can see, look, here's my TV sides. So I'm not fully zoomed in. I was still getting accustomed to the tripod I got at the time.
Hang on, my tripod isn't fully straight.
I think my voice is probably deeper than it is now.
And I forgot to set myself as busy. Great. Sega. Oh my god. Fucking Sega. Really.
So as you can tell, I'm very much not looking forward to this. Because this was at a time where this was the most Sonic game of all time, and nothing was ever going to change my opinion of that. Now, I set myself as busy, because back then, to avoid pop-ups, but the achievements worked. These days, that doesn't really happen. You have to have yourself as online to have even trophies and achievements pop up. And this was in an Xbox 360. I now have, and that's the other big change. I'm a PC gamer. I still play consoles, but I'm more predominantly a PC gamer. I have a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series S. So it's just another sign of the times.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
I was not
why
looking
am I
forward
doing
to
this?
Yeah, I was not looking forward to
God.
this.
Sonic for Hire. Why? Why have you got to put me through this pain? God damn it! Oh well.
Oh wow!
Do it.
I called my hard drive the Schumacher storage system. Oh, I'm such a dork. I was C Nation Soldier as well. I was going through a John Cena phase in WWE at the time as well. So laugh at the name, you know, just laugh, but try not to laugh too hard. I know it's yeah. Things were very different 10 years ago.
Guess we'll have to save. This will be a full playthrough because I have completed the game already. Bear that in mind. Even though this might be more of a walkthrough than a playthrough, I'm not going to walk you through.
I didn't know what the difference was. I don't know if there is still a difference. I don't know if walkthroughs are like games you've already played, or playthroughs are something new, or just a playthrough in general, or was a walkthrough like, you know, someone commentating, walking you through the game, telling you where the hints are, and how to get the medals and everything like that. I didn't want to do that for this game because, well, number one, I'm not really good, and number two, like I said,
I'm not going to walk you through this piece of garbage.
yeah, I could have got a piece of garbage.
You must be joking. I'm just going to play through the game like I normally would in any other playthrough, with certain options.
I don't think back then my camera was like, I had an autofocus, so you might go a bit blurry for a bit.
You got fine, so let's do it. Oh my god. And this is probably the best part about the game, the cutscenes.
I mean, yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. The cutscenes actually were really good. And to be fair, the graphics in the gameplay were really good too. This actually set a standard for Sonic games graphically, I would say now.
This is probably the best. It's definitely the best looking cutscenes I've probably ever seen.
At that
but
point.
It seems that with this game...
Now, that was obviously at that point. Now, we've come a long way in graphics since then. Oh my god, you've got games like Uncharted 4, Until Dawn, The Quarry, which I haven't played yet, but I've seen it. Seen the trial that Tommy did, which I think was like the first half hour. Those games are exceptional in just terms of the graphic fidelity. The mouth movements are real and human-like. Yeah, we've come a long way since then, that's for sure.
Focused more on the cutscenes than anything else, which, oh my god.
My discontent is just so obvious right now.
It's like the cutscenes were the most important part of the game, and the gameplay is just something they just randomly threw in.
You'll notice, even today, you'll notice I do that a lot. I just ramble about stupid shit, making no coherent sense. That's never changed. That has never changed. Sometimes I just say things that just don't make up any sense in any formal sentence. I think I've got better at that, and probably got a little bit better at controlling my rage, but...
I mean, the story
I didn't really rage at this game that much, to be fair.
Understand. It's actually it looks very complicated when you start at the game, and my camera is in the wrong mode. I forgot to switch to fluorescent lighting. Shit.
Yeah, but basically, I was going through a Dark Side Phil guidebook. I was pretty much following his guide to doing it at that point. Because, I can't... Lord knows if I do anything myself, I'm going to fuck up. And yeah, I think he said something like Fluorescent 3 was the best setting for most games.
Damn it. I keep forgetting to do the simple things, don't I?
I still do that now.
It's this game. It's making me forget.
I still do that now. I still do that now. It was like, what was it? Sonic Origins, where I forgot to record? I even forget to fucking record these days. So that's gone worse.
I don't want to play this game, but I have to. It's fine.
I don't have to, but...
What the hell?
I decided to.
It's alright.
I think at the time I didn't really have a lot to do at the time. This was out in August, and I was waiting for F1 2012 and FIFA 13 and things like that. So I don't think I had a lot to do at the time. I think a game called Super Mario Bros. 2 was coming out of 3DS that I wanted to try and do, but that was impossible to do on the 3DS.
Yeah, she just randomly appears in the sky and fucking sees a massive thing of fire, yeah.
Blessed flames. May we always continue to have peace. Son of Soliana, guide and watch over us with your eternal light.
The quality is a lot better than I do these days. I have to admit. It was just a sign of the times for me.
I mean, there's
and once I got my gaming PC and figured out how Elgato worked, and look, that was the thing. Back in 2014, I think that was when I received my first gaming PC from my uncle. And I looked up how Direct Capture worked, and Elgato just seemed like the most simple way to set it up. Because it was all like into the computer, into your capture card, into your TV, and it just seemed so simple. But back then, I had a basic PC, and my internet was the basic packages as well. That was a very slow upload package, so my videos would take like an hour and a half just to upload.
Eggman shows up, of course.
At that point. So I didn't even have the internet that I did later on.
Weird ass looking robots.
At least it got feathers in it. I was thinking of something.
I think she's only like in her teens and she's already the princess. And it's like, what?
Yeah, but, well, that was me just making no sense. Obviously the story in the game probably tells that, so... I don't know what I was talking about. I still don't, even these days.
I think she just came out of her teens. I can't remember.
I think I just spaced the most basic information and just say the stupid thing instead.
How did he figure that out? How does he even know all this?
I mean, that's a very good question.
Obviously he researched, but it was obviously before the game. Now, no joke, this is the fastest you'll see Sonic move throughout the whole of this game.
That's true.
That win will be the fastest you ever see Sonic the rest of this game.
Yep. That's true.
For some reason, thinks it's silver.
And that reason being, that's probably the only thing she saw. Again, I'm making no fucking sense. Probably that. Obviously, that's probably the thing she saw. Yeah, makes sense.
The fuck?
Or it could be in Urban Legend. But he was in the future, not the past. So, I'm not really sure about that.
Nice.
But yeah, that's true.
That.
That's the fastest Sonic goes in the whole game. Maybe apart from another cutscene or two.
Yes. Sure you are.
Right.
Well, he is, but this game doesn't say that.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 was probably the least important Sonic game that Sonic has ever been a part of. Like, Sonic doesn't really do anything in this story. He's, like, completely insignificant in some way. All he ends up doing is rescuing Elise and not really much else.
This game doesn't give it that title in the right way. You'll know what I mean.
Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is now much worse, though, so...
Oh, God. You're gonna be thinking, like, what the fuck? So did I.
I know I did. I was like, what?
But you'll know more in Silver's story. I can't play through this in like story like kind of mode.
Yeah.
I can't start off with Silver because that Silver is actually where the story actually really starts.
Yeah, that's true.
No special reason.
No. He never needs a special reason to help somebody. It's
does.
just who he is. Yep. That's what he does. Best moves in the game.
Nice.
You won't be doing them.
You can't do that either.
Nope. It's like already selling you under false pretenses.
And she gets captured. You'll see that a lot.
Yeah, that's a running theme. That's literally second. She is literally second to Princess Peach. It's literally, when you think about it, Sonic and Princess Elise here are the Mario and Princess Peach. She gets captured, he rescues her about 1,000 times. It's the same fucking thing.
Our little game ends now.
Sonic, take this!
Nice throw.
Did Eggman actually think to actually force that in the grip so she couldn't do that?
Don't worry. I'll
That's a good question, actually.
I know.
I'm surprised she even
How does she
wriggled
know
that
that?
out, by the way.
She's barely met
time
Sonic.
before it's mine.
I guess
Then
Sonic
she
kind
goes
of...
like, I know you rescued me.
Yeah, I guess Sonic would probably give off that vibe now. That's what me would say.
How do you know that? You barely met him.
Sonic just gives off this heroic vibe
And
without
it's
even
like
trying.
The Egg Carrier's like fourth version or third version after Sonic Adventure. I think
Yeah.
there's two. I think that's the third one to my
Yeah.
knowledge. It could be a fourth. But
It's basically the egg carrier just built differently. I don't know if we're actually gonna. I think we should see the first level. I think we should see the first level in the second video, and maybe
Yeah.
even this one.
you'll
I
be
hope so.
seeing this screen a lot.
Yes.
This game is probably about 80% loading.
That's no joke. That is absolutely no joke. That is no joke. Even it's storing it to the hard drive. The amount of times you see this fucking screen, it's like the game is littered with it.
You'll see what I mean as we go on,
Mhm.
but yeah, you're going to be seeing this screen quite
I don't
a
know why I'm
bit.
agreeing with myself, but yeah, you kind of
And
get the
it'll
idea.
take a while too. I probably should have installed it to the hard drive, but I really can't be asked, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and back then, you know, back then, you didn't need to install games to the hard drive. The only reason you'd want to do that is to have your games load up faster. These days, you've got to install fucking games to everything, and they take up gigantic amounts of space. Like I said, very different world 10 years ago.
I need to gather some information.
And weirdly enough, it has actually just miraculously changed the daylight in like a flash in a loading screen. Now, this is one of the things that can instantly piss you off if you're a hardcore Sonic fan. This is how fast Sonic runs. Watch this. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that just terrible? I mean, this isn't Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a disgrace. He doesn't run that fast.
Disgrace is a bit strong. Shit. I must have been really strong back then. I think some of my stuff I did say was pretty strong back then. I think that's a very strong word looking back on it. It's not a disgrace, but I would say having played Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, all before this game, where Sonic was legit faster, yeah.
Faster than this, look.
Yeah.
This is how fast he runs the entire game. Well, not the entire game. He does have higher speed sections, but
Well, yeah, he does have the max speed sections,
control.
yeah.
We'll get our first one later. So jump and hold the attack. Pretty simple. X is your... I don't know what X is in the game for. It's basically...
It's sweet, but it's useless.
That. Just use the homing attack.
Yeah.
Why you got a kick for?
It's pretty much... It's pretty much like Shadow the Hedgehog. And Johnny's review of it said, Shadow also has basic punches and kicks. And they're shit. In case you didn't want to use your guns or the homing attack, but yeah, he's right there. Yeah, it's kind of useless compared to the homing attack.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
You probably can't tell from this footage because the camera is like that, but
when was this Sonic the Hedgehog? And
the game actually
looked
looked really
like
good graphically.
100 yards into Tails, and then we get a loading screen again.
So there you go, there's another loading screen
So
for you
bad,
guys.
man.
Tails, long time no see.
I'm glad you're here.
I feel
Not to mention
old.
Tails, I don't like this Tails voice at all. I think it's the one from Sonic X, I believe.
See, I don't know why I'm not really sure why I said that. I think at the time it was his characterization rather than the voice itself. And just the things he used to say, which made no sense. He'll actually do that in the second part of the video that we'll get to later.
No shit.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he said something completely stupid. Of course he's going to rescue him. He's Sonic the Hedgehog. He's your best friend. You should know that already. That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, what?
No shit.
Yeah, blatantly obvious. See, Tails really states the obvious in this game. He really states the obvious.
Tails' voice, I hate it. He sounds more like a pussy girl, you know? Oh, no.
Oh god. Oh god. That's... I don't like that. Because I didn't mean to sound like that. No. It's... Oh my god.
Screen, we've barely had a 2-minute cutscene.
I think this game really just showed my anger at the time. And I just hated everything. Well, I'd say I disliked everything about it, I would say. I don't think I hated it. But I think I just disliked everything about it. Tails was just stating the obvious, which made no sense. And I don't think it was his voice. I think it was just his character.
This is gonna be long playthrough, and not in terms of gameplay either. It's gonna be fucking loading screens most of the time. Oh my god.
I really didn't want to do this, I don't think.
Come on, damn it.
I really didn't want to do this. Because Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric didn't exist, this was the worst Sonic game to me. Okay, so here's part 2. Another 10 minutes and 43 seconds. We should get the first level done by the end of this, I hope.
I've changed my camera to fluorescent lighting now, so it should be a bit better. But really, it doesn't compensate for the game, unfortunately.
I think the quality was better, but...
go over here to this guy. And,
I would put it in a higher quality here, but it's already like on 720p. It looks
and read it
really pixely.
Oh, what's this? This is a real fucking
this is
idiotic thing.
This is the stupidness of the loading screens.
It loads up. We're in the loading screen, and I'm not going to be doing any of the events or stuff. By the way, I'm just going to play through the game.
No.
So he basically says, put on the shoes, go through the rings. If you've made
some of the challenges were very, very you know, just very like, why am I doing this?
Line.
And that'd be why.
So that's one line of text, like 3 lines of text. Press A. Loading screen.
Right?
What the fuck? You spend 30 seconds looking at a loading screen to load up like 3 lines of text in a box.
Yeah.
You press A and it instantly goes into the next loading screen. What the fuck was Sega thinking? I mean, this is a game that would be rather.
You know, now that I think about it, right? I think because the graphics were so high quality at the time. And, you know, I don't think ME2.2 Mark II hard drives, or whatever those ones are called, I don't really know them. I don't think those hard drives were even in concept yet. So, to be fair, with graphics this powerful, and they were good for the time, and with the hard drives that were available and everything still being read off disk, maybe that's a legit reason looking back on it.
This is 2006. This game plays like it would be in like the mid-90s or something. You shouldn't have loading screens that frequently. There's no...
I think the frequency is definitely like a thing. Looking back on it, I'm not even sure if I ever had a game that had as many loading screens. I've played a lot of games since 1994. When I was 5 years old, 1994. That's when I started. And I don't think I've ever played a game with loading screens that plentiful at that point, up to that point.
No need.
At least I don't think so.
This is like the next era gen of technology. I missed that one. Not that I give a fuck, to be honest.
To be fair, I don't think the jump between PS2 and Xbox and PS3 and Xbox 360 was that big. Really? Because the PS2 set a brand new standard when that thing dropped and it came out. It set a brand new standard for console, and I think the jump wasn't as big as, say, Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I would say that was a bigger jump than PS2 to PS3. I think in PlayStation's case, the jump was bigger. PlayStation 3 really did break new ground. But the thing with the PlayStation 3 is because it had so much power and a Blu-ray drive and all that stuff, it became so expensive and no one bought it. No one bought the PlayStation 3 because it was just so expensive. Which is understandable to a degree what it had, but at the end of the day, they learned from their mistakes of the PS4 and they didn't charge nearly as much, and they absolutely won that console generation by opening day. You know, because of all the Xbox One and what they had planned to do with it initially, having DRM and always online. That was at a time where I don't think people were ready for it yet. I think if that was to happen now, I don't think the reaction would be so bad, because we are always online now. We are always online. We are always on our technology, on our tablets, on our phones, on our consoles. We are on them all day. Well, not all day, but we are on them for the majority of the day. So, to be fair, I think if we were to do that now, it wouldn't be so bad. Although the online check-in was a bit bullshit. What if you're out for a day with your family and you can't check in? It would just be stupid. No DRM to share the game with friends was a pretty dumb move as well. To be fair though, we are downloading games to the hard drive, so sharing the disc really isn't as beneficial as it used to be. So there is that. Should do the first level, I hope we do.
There we go.
Just to show the first level of the game.
30 seconds. And we get another loading screen.
Yeah.
Excellent. So that's at less than 30 seconds, and we're instantly put into a loading screen. Okay, if you say, Sega. They performed exactly as I thought, really.
See, when I first did that, I was like, what is the difference between those and the shoes he already owned? Those shoes weren't going to make him faster. He was already fast, you know? But I think because of the gems and the way the gems work. Funny thing is, that bar you see at the bottom of the screen here, that was never coded properly for Sonic suit. In the words of Johnny, you could use these powers as much as you fucking please. It's true. It's true. I actually never noticed that at the time, but it's true.
There's no difference.
It was coded for Silver and Shadow correctly, but...
So somehow he managed to make...
And what was quite funny about that is the blue gem, I think it is, makes Sonic go faster by default before the Mach Speed section. So, I was talking about how since Sonic Unleashed, they wanted you to increase Sonic's speed to make him go faster. In fact, Sonic 06 was the one doing that before. Sonic 06 was making you buy shit to make Sonic go faster.
Shoes
Wow.
that need gems for extra powers. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
They're not that useful, really. They're really more for breaking the game, honestly. The gems are for breaking the game, because the bar isn't coded properly for Sonic, and they have no real use at all. You can buy them, but you don't have to use them at all. There's no real benefit to using them. So, whenever you feel like screwing a level in the ass, as Johnny Wooden said, use the gems.
I mean,
That's
I don't
when you
think
use
I've ever
them.
heard of a shoe like that in real life. Of course, this isn't real life, this is a game. But
Yeah, I don't know why I said that.
yeah, but I'm not going to be doing any of the...
I'm trying to
like,
apply real life logic
events
to a video
or
game. What am I
missions
doing?
Unless that I have to, really, because I don't want to spend any more time on this game than I could want to, really. I just
think-
want to play through the 3
I
stuff.
think I feel like that now. I still feel like that now, but I think it's less. It's less like that. I'd actually want to go back to this again. If I had a chance, I would go back to this right now. I really would.
And that's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do any of the side stuff. I don't want to look for the silver medals. I'm not going to
No.
walk through this game. I'm not.
No,
It's-
no, yeah, that goes in line with Sonic Unleashed and the medal hunting. Yeah, I'm not a completionist or a collective person by nature. I just don't. I play games mostly for the plot, usually, unless the medals are Sonic Unleashed and convenient to the plot. I don't really do any of the side stuff. In Mass Effect, Mass Effect was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. Mass Effect 1, my playthrough was totally out of my comfort zone. I did the majority of side missions, and I loved every minute of it.
It's not worth
And
it.
I can't wait to play Mass
the
Effect
game
2.
is just so
But
bad. It's not worth
back then it
actually
was
walking
worth
through,
it.
so
Back then with Mass Effect it
I'm
was
just gonna
worth
fucking
doing.
play it
'cause
like I normally
like,
would have played
leveled
through.
you up your character in
So you
it.
get 500 rings for that.
And your
which
score
means
mates
So
too.
much you can shop in town. Go to the store's office to check out the new iPad.
yeah, whatever. So this basically allows you to do live speed dash. So really, hasn't Sonic had that already?
Yeah.
In like 2 or 3 games, didn't he already have it from the get-go?
Yeah, it's like, why have you... Yeah, because that was like one of his main skills at that point. So why would you have to buy it to do it again?
buy it. He's had it for years. So a very weird thing. I'm not going to talk to any of these people either.
Yeah,
It's
talking to them
worthless.
is... Yeah,
It's completely worthless.
talking to them is
It's a game in
pointless.
2006,
You don't really
and
learn
Sega
anything.
resort to
I suppose
text
the
in
orange...
boxes instead of actual people actually talking.
To be fair, right? I said that because we'd already had games with talking in them. You know, we already had Sonic Heroes and everything with all people talking. Right? I guess to be fair, the text in boxes for the NPCs. So, looking back on that, that's kind of a half and half comment. I understand what I meant by that, but I think it probably
And it's like,
came out
what?
wrong. I don't know.
I know this is like one
They
of the
even called
first
it the
games
egg
for
carrier,
360, but surely you would use that technology to the fullest and not have text in boxes. I mean, it's like
What was what had been out by 2012 that had been graphically marveled at? Mass Effect? I'm trying to remember. Dude, that was so long ago. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Sonic Unleashed is
I will
very
admit that.
similar. Really, I mean, it does still have like texted speech bubbles. It's like, what? This is too bad. That was made in 2008. Surely they would have figured it out by now.
Yeah, but I think I'm just talking in general, and you know, 2012. We had games like Uncharted where the NPCs even talked and had conversations. I think that's probably where I was trying to go with that. Alright, so here's the first level.
Another like 30 seconds to a minute loading screen, and now we're in the game. Finally get to move around.
This is so surreal, dude. It's the first time
I mean, look at that. That's even on
I've
a
actually
speed pad. It's
watched
terribly
myself.
slow.
Yeah.
It-
Even the dash
It's
panels look like
what?
look at
This is
that.
how fast you run. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's horrible. How can you possibly have Sonic run that slow? He's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, goddammit.
Because the game in 2003 had Sonic running faster. Okay, the acceleration was through the roof,
It's
but
basically your compulsory Sonic game with running through the level, getting to the end.
Jump just as you land on the wall. You can jump off of it.
and I mean that like after
Yes.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yep, there we go. That's probably the only trick I know in the game. Or shortcut. Oh fuck.
Probably is.
God
Probably
damn.
even less now. It probably will come back to me as I
He didn't even run
play.
full speed and he still got like knocked over.
Yeah. The physics
I don't
were
think I've ever been able to make that jump.
definitely not that
Oh
great.
shit. Oh, I slid under it. That was great. That's kind of new.
Yeah. Like even the frame rate is
Right
like
there.
into the toilet. That's not just the camera, that's probably the game as well.
But the homing attack is so bad that it targets anyone anyway. You don't even have to move the stick. It would just like
Yeah, it would just
even
go
if you
anywhere.
move
It
the
did do
stick,
that.
It'll still target the one you didn't want to hit. So the homing attack is off. Doesn't really work. Oh, and
I think
they
Sonic
totally didn't steal this from
Adventure.
Sonic Adventure. No, this is totally original. Look
I
at
think
look
Sonic
at this.
Adventure spoiled me
They're
there.
even that bad that they have to copy this with like Sonic Adventure, which is one of the greatest Sonic games of all time, like in my opinion.
It's true.
And they have to copy that and put it in this piece of trash.
That comment's
Like, what?
still valid.
As if you weren't ruining your credibility already with just how slow Sonic runs, and now you put that bit in? Like, what the
See,
fuck?
why, I don't know why I'm so cynical. Like, God. I'm glad I'm not like this now.
Oh my god, I'm fucking Tails. Look at this. This is even
Tails
worse.
is, yeah,
This is worse. Even Tails isn't this slow. He's faster than this in the other game.
yeah. You can't jump on enemies in this game. That's the most stupid thing.
Yeah, no shit.
So you have to throw like
Now
bombs
this
and
is
shit.
Tails'
But,
attack. This is stupid.
yeah,
Look at that.
Stupid.
A dummy ring bomb to kill enemies with.
that's
like, really?
that's still valid. Hmm.
I mean,
You do more reacts more often. Most of the time I just watch it before I react to it and it just spoils it. But I haven't watched this in 10 years.
Use dummy ring bomb is beyond me. I mean, even Tails is slower than Sonic, but in a matter of speaking.
Wow, I got hit by a
he's
rocket
faster than
there.
This. Just got hit by a random fucking missile. Great.
Yeah.
I think the Tails and the Rouges are probably the worst characters in the game. Simply
Rouge
because
and Knuckles
they played
are.
totally wrong. I mean, Rouge and Bombs makes a bit more sense.
Rouge and Knuckles, physics-wise, are awful. They are terrible. Blaze is probably the best character, Amigo-wise, in the game. And Amy, fuck.
I guess.
Amy's...
But at the end of the day, it's like, what the hell were they thinking?
I guess I
I
sympathize because
don't
it was rushed.
understand what the thinking was with this game. Now, this is the first of the high speed sections. Now,
Mach speed.
this is high speed.
I call it high speed,
the
not Mach
control
speed. I didn't
goes
even know
right
Mach speed
out
was
the
a
window,
word.
as you're
So.
gonna see.
But yeah, the control is fucking awful in these sections. Funny thing is though, what I ended up doing was I actually ended up getting an S rank just through playing the Mach speed
Still fall
section
behind the egg carrier
in those
anyway.
missions.
So I don't know what the point is of this, but I mean, look at this. The controls are.
But then, to be
awful.
fair, as Johnny would say, they're chasing an aircraft on foot.
I mean, look, I could barely control Sonic at all.
Yeah.
I could barely control him at all. It's not me sucking. It's well,
No.
it probably is because I've played
Yeah.
this for a long time. But
Most of that is me sucking.
this is
I do
just
suck.
awful. I mean, if you do press the X button, it does give you like a nice blistering sense of speed for a while. See light speed dashes through the rings, but I mean,
You can't even
this
move
isn't
if
greatly
you do that.
fast. It's not Sonic fast at all.
Sonic's,
It's just,
yeah, like I said, Sonic's
it's
been
more
fast too.
Sonic speed, but the controls are gone. You know. I
Sonic's been definitely
it's a good
faster
thing. It's a good thing in a
than the game-
sense
in
that he
previous
was running
games
this faster
beforehand,
the
yeah.
entire game because the controls were awful. So it's like a good thing, but at the end of the day, Sonic should always be running fast. Why is it in normal mode he runs as slow as fuck? It's disgraceful. I don't know how
Again,
the fuck
probably
is
too
so
strong a
bad
word.
with a single game that could have been so simple. Just like copy Sonic Adventure and things like that, because Sonic Adventure was actually a decent fucking game, no matter what anybody says. But it's like
I think people do.
I just
A
don't
lot of people
understand
do love Sonic Adventure, I think.
And
A lot of
there's
people grew up
that.
with the adventure games,
Clean
so
through, actually.
I don't know what that was based on back there.
That's
No matter what anybody says, I mean,
the
IGN are probably the only ones that would give that game bad score.
Crisis City which is a little later on. If you actually did the whole speed run in a clean run, and actually did it really well, you could get an S just off that alone.
It's true.
That's what I always tended to do. I wanted S rank the speed stages.
Yeah,
The levels of
that's
the
true.
speed
You
stages.
can do
'Cause
that.
Actually,
It's
I
hard,
actually
but you
do
can.
like them. The speed is more Sonic, but then the control is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a good thing and then a horrible thing put on top
Yeah,
of it.
it's like the worst payoff. Yeah.
And of course, he falls behind the egg carrier anyway. So
Well, he's
what was
Sonic,
the whole
so I don't
point
know
of
what.
that?
I mean, he wasn't going to get in there, I
It
suppose.
looks like the princess was moved to another location. Let's head back to the city.
Well, no fucking shit, Tails. God damn it. Tails is such a dumbo, isn't it? It's like, the princess moved. No shit. She was booked the egg carrier, you dumbass.
I forgot about that. I forgot I'd even said that. I know it's stupid to laugh at myself, but that was actually funny. I forgot all about that. I mean, I'm not completely wrong, which is quite funny because because the princess moved. Well, no shit, we've been chasing her the whole time.
And now we have another one.
That was my problem with Tails. It wasn't the voice or anything like that. It was his characterization. They made him stupid, and he's not.
Sweet. Damn it.
So we're near the end of this video, so.
Yeah.
I think this playthrough was about 77 parts in
yeah,
total
that was
because
the
I was doing
first
10-minute
level.
videos back
Sonic
then.
the Hedgehog and the Soul Princess playthrough. Great. And this is going to take up most of the time when they're recording the fucking loading screens. Damn it. These videos are
You know what was really annoying about that is, well, not annoying, but back then, like I said, I was using batteries that I needed to swap in and out. The one problem I had with that was Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, I had to swap between cutscenes, and the cutscenes in that game, Jesus, I'd love to play that again. Metal Gear Solid 4, I want to do a redemption run of that game because I sucked. And my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 4, it's in my YouTube channel, check it out, I sucked ass. I had this guy that came into pretty much every video calling me out, well not calling me out, but explaining stuff. It was really cool, I liked the interaction. Even if he said I sucked during a part or I did worse than DSP at the game, I didn't mind that. I actually liked that.
It's going to take forever, basically because of the fucking loading screens.
So that was it. Yeah, that was it. But that was really surreal. Yeah, that was my first video. First video is 10 years ago. Wow. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed looking back on memory lane. That was certainly interesting. Yeah, thank you guys for 10 years. I know I haven't done nothing to improve pretty much since 2014. I guess. I mean, only 316 subscribers in 10 years. It's not a great look, but with me, guys, I don't care. I'm doing what I do, and I've made... Do you know what? Even if my channel had 10 subscribers, right? I wouldn't care. Because I'll tell you something for free, right? Doing this, along with streaming and all sorts of things, over the last 10 years, I have met some great friends. Ranger Sullivan in particular. I think he's probably the biggest shout out because, yeah. Even like, what's his... Let me make sure I got this. So, Green Lantern 2018, who was Hellspawn 2017 on Twitch. He's another one. English Avenger, obviously. He deserves a big shout out as well. And then a couple of other fighting game buddies, namely, where's Naruto? I don't think he's here anymore. Yeah, but yeah, people like Julio, English Avenger, Naruto, that I've played a couple of games before, and I've been like in one of my stream highlights. Even English Avengers pals and Solomon's pals, I've made so many friends doing this, and that is what I hold dear to myself. Subscriber numbers don't mean anything. I never went into this And I'll tell you a bit of a story before I go, right? I joined in 2012, and like I said, those people I mentioned, Darkside Phil, Vash12349, Jovian019, I think even maybe Radbrad and PewDiePie and Maximilian were all there as well. Those people, when I came into YouTube to do that, those people had already established their fan bases. You know what I mean? So I knew going in that my subscriber numbers and my interaction numbers and comments and likes and stuff, that was all going to be low. I knew that going in, you know? I knew going in that that was going to be how it was. So I never thought about it. And it's true, I never thought about it to this day. And even though I'm not personally friends with them, Trevor Sports, Mervs YT13, another two, Chris, who does on the Virtual Sport Network, those guys from the Commentary Hub, I follow them on Twitter. And we kind of, and me and Trev have interacted a few times, so yeah, it's the friendships I've made. And because gaming is such a big thing these days, and it is all about crossplay and things like that, the times have come now where the console wars are not even a thing anymore. We're all gaming. We're all like one now, you know. And with crossplay and all the friends we made across platforms and through Twitter and Facebook and Discord and all that stuff, that is what I hold from this. Subscriber numbers, likes, comments, if they don't happen, they don't happen. But the friends I've made, in particular a few, like Ranger Sullivan, like I said, him in particular, yeah, and even a couple of friends I made before I was even doing videos. Unfortunately, I don't really talk to them anymore because, you know, they've moved on. But now, that was in an age where we didn't have Discord, and, you know, we had other means, but we didn't have Discord and multiple consoles and crossplay and all that. So we didn't have all that. You know, and now that we do, we're able to maintain our gaming friends a lot easier, and I found that. And that is what I take from all this over the last 10 years. Subscriber numbers, likes, dislikes, whatever. You know, they can be what they are. But the people I am friends with and the friends I've made is a lot more, means a lot more to me than that, basically. This will never be something I try to make money out of, because I can't, because I'm not good enough, and the people that are there and have already established it, you know what I mean? They're already doing it. And, you know, I just do what I do because, I do me, and it makes me happy. And now I'm able, these days, right, I'm able to do Formula 1 commentaries. I've wanted to do that since I started watching the sport and listening to Murray Walker. I always wanted to be a commentator of some sort. And even though it's not for a job and an occupation, I can still do it and share with people that do watch my videos. And some do, and they've been around for forever. And they just keep watching. They don't, even if you don't comment, I do get views, even though they're like less than 10. But those people keep coming back. Someone keeps coming back, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everything I get. And I always will. So, that's it for those first videos. So thank you guys for 10 years. And here's to many more, we can hope. And hopefully I'll continue to make more friends and interact with you guys. Just know that even if it's just the one view, I appreciate it. And even if you dislike the video, I appreciate you giving it a chance. If it's not your cup of tea, you don't like it, that's that. I just appreciate you viewing it and giving me a shot. Obviously, I'm not what you're looking for, and I'm cool with that. Alright? Alright, everyone, so I will see you next time, and I may do some more React videos. I will see you guys next time. If you guys know what to do, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Social media is down in the description of every video that gets uploaded. I'm the7chaos. Stay safe, guys. Stay awesome. Peace out. Sign off.